Welcome to RGM. Are you in a band? Come and join us. Simply click on the RGM submission page, submit your music, and we'll sort the rest. Happy New Year! Here we are, 2024. I was watching Back to the Future the other day, and they had flying cars in 2015. It's 2024 now. Zero flying cars. Get your arse into gear, Elon. Happy New Year, everybody. You made it through another one. I hope you had a nice Christmas and that over the last week or so. It is a bit of a weird week, innit, in between Christmas and New Year. I've not been working, so I've just been sat on my arse, eating, meeting up with a few mates and that every now and again, and drinking a lot. Drinking a right lot. So I'm ready for a big break in January. I'm not going to have a thing. I'm looking forward to that now, cracking on and getting back to normal again now. That's what it's all about, innit? So, if you're hungover from a busy night last night, just chill. We've got a compilation episode for you today, ladies and gentlemen. And on the show, we've got Tom MEIGHAN, another Tom Rylance from the lottery winners. We've got Lissy Taylor, Harriet Rose, and Jack Jones from Trampoline. A little compilation of some of my favourite interviews over the last 24 months. No, 12 months. Wrong number there. So yeah, it's a compilation time. I'm building up guests to bring the normal episodes out to you in the new year too. And I've had a lovely time. I've bought myself a treadmill. I go to the gym and that anyway, you know, but because I work from home and that, I feel like I can do a bit more. I feel like, you know, it's hard, isn't it, to keep moving. So I've got one of them tables that, you know, you can stand up at. And I've got one of those treadmill things that you can walk on while I'm working. See how that goes. Try and keep a bit more active in the new year. It's the only kind of resolution. I've been so good at gym for ages, so kind of like I do that. But it's so easy to put weight on. Jesus Christ. I put a few pounds on over Christmas, so I need to lose the Christmas blubber and then try and get rid of some old blubber as well. Anyway, blubber news complete. So yeah, I've had a lovely Christmas myself personally. I've seen all the family and everything. I got all that out of the way. I'd have some booze. As I say, went to see Hamilton at the theatre. That was nice. And as I record this, I'm off to see Sheffield United away at Man City tomorrow. So nothing can go wrong there. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, Happy New Year. Thank you to everybody that's listened to the podcast over the last few years we've been doing this. And it's a major achievement. I do pat myself on the back a little bit to bring out an episode out every week. It's not easy. When you're committed to something, you just crack on and do it, don't you? So, yeah, let's kick to 2024 up the ass. I'm hiccuping because I'm... I think my blood is made of custard at the minute. So yeah, welcome to 2024. Let's kick it up the arse. Let's crack on and have some lovely conversations with people within the grassroots music industry and beyond. Crack on. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Tom MEIGHAN, Tom Rylance, Lissy Taylor, Harriet Rose, and Jack Jones, and we're going to start with Tom MEIGHAN. He don't mess about.
No, luckily we're in a great time for music as well, Carl. Let's not forget that. Yeah. I mean, nowadays, it is absolute washed up, diluted shit pop music. It's fucking appalling. There is no scene. It's all been done before. Yeah. People trying to reinvent themselves. Yeah. There's no movement. I'm glad there's a wave of new bands coming through. Thank God. It's static, innit? It's gone static. Everything's streamed. Nothing is in your hand anymore. Everything's throwaway. Do you get what I mean?
It is, but it is a different time, innit?
Yeah, I get it. I get a different time, but this time I think it sucks. But listen, if you don't adapt, you die. So it's simple as that.
Sure.
But I just don't think people appreciate things anymore. It's disposable. I think that's what's happened with humans as well on a level, because it's just everything's just throw away. Like, I like bands are making albums and stuff and doing amazing artwork or whatever it is, and no one can be bothered to actually look through it or look at it, and just they play the song and it's 20 seconds and it's gone. They just go like that with a finger or whatever they're doing. I just think it's I mean, of course, it's a revolution in the music industry, isn't it? Streaming and stuff, you know. And I know vinyl's made a comeback in that, but it's kind of soulless, Carl. Do you know what I mean? It's all on social media. How many ticks have I got? There's no fucking real stars anymore. Yeah. When you see a star, when you were younger, you were like, wow, that's a star. Now it's just anybody. Anyone's famous, isn't it? Now it's in their own world, Carl. You get there. So I think that's everything's accessible. It's so accessible, Carl. It's too. I mean, a lot of people agree with me. Some people may not agree with me, but that's what I think. But Carl,
it's so divisive, this world, isn't it? You're either right or you're wrong. There's nothing in the middle between right and wrong.
Yeah, it's fucking unreal, this world. It really is. But you know, we grew up with manners. I did anyway, certainly in my house, manners and respect. And we didn't have a lot, Carl, but manners doesn't cost a lot, you know.
Too right. I had Zach from the Skinner Brothers on the podcast the other week.
Yeah, man.
Did you see that whole thing that went on Twitter at all? Do you get involved with like?
Nah, I don't. Again, Carl, I don't. It's not really my world. You know, if I was allowed a Twitter account, then it would be different. But I don't think I'm allowed one, Carl, just in case of the repercussions. But Twitter's a vile fucking platform. For it's fucking awful.
It was basically saying that there's not many like personalities out there, and it is what.
No, there isn't. And I agree with him. I completely agree with him, Carl. He's spot on what he says. There's no personalities. It's just so dull, isn't it? Yeah. Brain. It's just. Yeah, I completely agree with him. And they're great, by the way. The Skinner Brothers are great, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm always really looking for personalities, and they are out there, but they're just there's a different vibe about them. The more. I don't know. I'm trying. What am I trying to say?
No one's dangerous, though, Carl. No one's dangerous, is it?
Definitely nobody's dangerous. But is that the record industry telling everybody to, don't step out of line, and you can't have a career being a bit edgy? Could that be part of it?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is, Carl. We know that shit. Well, and I know that. Yeah. Oh, God, it's unreal. Really, paper mache music, mate. That's what it is.
Well, paper mache. Some of them think being edgy is wearing a leather jacket and standing against a wall.
Wearing a skirt on stage. You know what I mean? That's dead edgy, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Fucking the Manic Street Preachers were doing it in the fucking 80s, mate. You know, it's nothing like it makes me laugh. But I love the Manic Street Preachers, by the way. Yeah. What I was going to say, cause it's been done before, Carl. It's just very paper mache. There's nothing solid about it. It's just throwaway. Like it's the same fucking artist in the top 20 every fucking week, churning out another fucking whatever it is, same song. Throw it out there, stream it. It's made up in 5 minutes, Carl.
I saw a thing, and I don't know if it was, I can't remember where it was, but somebody says that nobody's known what's been in the top 20 for 20 years. Nobody knows.
Yeah, Carl, you know what, Carl? I don't even look at the top 20.
No, nobody gives a shit.
It's not even my world, Carl, or your world. Why would you be interested in that fucking paper mache music? No chance. No,
it's a definitely a different world to, particularly when I first experienced Kasabian, and I didn't buy a ticket for Kasabian when I went to this gig. I'm from Sheffield originally, and I've got a mate called Mike Hughes that were in a band called Trap 2 at the time.
Yes, Mike Hughes. Him. Yeah, he was a singer, weren't he?
He was, and they supported
I used to call him Michael Owen, Carl. He looked like Michael Owen. Honestly, we called him Owen. I called him Owen.
Well, I loved their band, and they were supporting a band called Kasabian at the Leadenhall at that time, and that's the first time I saw you live, and had the first live Kasabian experience. That must have been a good. I don't know when did you start playing like gigs? How did Kasabian get together and then start getting towards Leadenhall?
Well, pretty. It just just like any other like young lads getting together and getting guitars. Obviously, the 90s was inspirational because we had all this amazing music and I met Serge. I knew Serge at school for a few years, for a long time actually, and stuff. And we formed a group and we rehearsed religiously. We were dedicated. We loved it. We thought we were rock stars. We knew we were going to be rock stars. We had a feeling we'd prove everyone wrong, and it fucking happened. And do you know what, you know, the amazing thing about it, Carl, as well, which I love, you know, the early days of not knowing what was going to be, we could have been fucking another band that, you know, that got, you know, stayed in the net, but we slipped the net, Carl. We slipped the net. And
how did you slip the net, mate?
Because you're just good, ain't you? You either got it or you ain't. And do you know what I love, Carl? We were energetic. We were dangerous. We were 23. Yeah. We had everything and more. We had the groove. We had the songs. We had the power. We had me. There you go. That's why it fucking worked. And it's simple as that. And you know what, Carl? I've got very, very, very amazing memories of me and Kasabian, and you know, I hold them memories, and I've done some wonderful things in my life, Carl. I'm appreciative of my life, what I've done. I've got my medals, Carl. I've got every medal you can imagine. My fucking medal. I've won the fucking Champions League over and over again, mate. I've done it, Carl. So I've ticked everything. I've done everything. So everything that you wanted to be, to aspire to, I've done. I've done it. I've ticked it. And now I'm reborn. Yeah.
This time last year with Tramlines, and that's the last time I spoke to you guys. And at that time, you told us on the interview that you got. I think I just asked a silly question about who's the most famous person on your phone, and you said Boy George. And you kind of let it slip that you got this thing coming up with Boy George and Shaun Ryder and that kind of stuff. And that's a year ago. So all these tracks and these songs that are on the album that are out now, you must have a lot of stuff on your sleeve for this time next year already if you're planning that far ahead. That must be hard to keep in.
To be honest, this has been like the entire focus since then. So I've done a little bit of writing for the next thing, but I want to wait. I don't think I could deal with another one of these things. But I will say I've written the perfect song for us and John McClure of Reverend and the Makers to collaborate on. And that would be like a dream collaboration for me. So I'm going to send it to him after all this excitement and see what he thinks. But
I love how open and honest you are about these things, and you know you don't mind just sharing your Thom's world. I love it.
Oh mate, there's nothing mysterious about me. I can't shut up. Like, I really want to be mysterious, but I just don't have it in me.
Well, today's the day that you find out if you've got a new #1 album. So as we record it, as I mentioned earlier, we don't quite know yet. But can I get your reaction if you do get a #1? And if you don't, then I'll edit it.
I think both of them will just be floods of tears, to be honest, for different reasons. Yeah. Mate, I can't even process it. It's just so... It's so abstract right now to think that like there's some really, really big artists releasing this week. Yeah. You know, Freya Ridings, Jessie Ware, The National, Reverend and the Makers, Nines. There's some like top people. And so to even get like that midweek #1, it was incredible. And I just don't know. I just want the trophy so bad. I'm not even like too proud to say it. Yeah. I really want that trophy. I want to wear it around my neck like a rapper, and I'll just wear it all the time.
You will and all, won't you? Walking around Lee, you'll be wearing it, won't you?
Absolutely, I will.
Brilliant. So I saw you having a little bit of fun with Jessie Ware. You know, the Twitter people got all angry about stuff, didn't they? A little bit there, and I know just from knowing your character and how you are that was just all a bit of fun. In the internet, just a fucking dark place. Even when you're having the most fun in the world, and you still get these people just fucking getting annoyed by everything these days. That's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it, to be honest. When Jessie said she wanted to bring these fuckers down on stage, and she was talking about us, and it got that press, that really brought us into the conversation. I think it was probably one of the best things that could have happened to us. Yeah. Like it created like this chart battle that we were very much a part of. Yeah. So thank you so much, Jessie Ware. If you're watching, thank you. I think it might have backfired a little bit, but you definitely brought us into the conversation.
Brilliant. So
Jessie Ware, if you are listening,
yes,
I really like your album. It's great.
Nice one. We'll tag her into the socials. Why not? And we'll tag Rev in and just have a big love in for this #1 fight that we're all enjoying this week. So
the best album released this week is Reverend and the Makers.
Do you reckon? Yeah.
Heat Wave in the Cold North. I think it is amazing.
Yeah. You just see how much hard work, you know, you've both had shops, you've both opened shops, and you've both been in the shops doing music, and, you know, just, you know, engaging with other fans. You know, like what I've liked about John's and what you've done as well is John's got all the local talent playing in his shop. That's brought eyes on them, so he's helping the future out as well. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we've had people playing in our shop as well, and it's been so weird to even have a shop. Like, we don't have to have a shop.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what do you mean a shop? Like, we don't have to run a shop, and it's weird to like standing there, and it's got your entire like body of work forever in there, and it's been so busy and so supportive. Like, the town we're from, Lee, is so like proud of Lee, and to have people coming in there, and people who didn't even know who we were or know who the band were, but just want to help because we're from Lee, I think is just like, it's really incredible, and it's a testament to the people around here.
I've not been around Lee recently. Have they got pictures of your face all over the place on that, Tom?
Not yet, but I'm hoping that if we get the number one, I want like a mural on the side of a building. Just me, not the rest of the band. Just my big face on the side of a pub. Like
one of them Rashford ones they had in Manchester. You know, like a Tom
exactly
RYLANCE
like the Rashford one.
Yeah, nice one. Like proper, like looking all like prestigious.
Yeah, I want to look majestic as I look over Lee. I want to look over Green Lane Chippy really majestically, holding a pipe arm.
Oh, no.
But yeah, there's one for like Keeley Hodgkinson, who won gold medals and stuff, and it is a number one album, the musical equivalent of a gold medal, I think so.
I can't remember who was talking about it. Someone was talking about like rule of thirds, and they said, you know, if a third of the time you feel like you're enjoying it and it's going really well, and a third of the time it's like okay, and a third of the time you're like, what is going on? This isn't working out. Then roughly you're making progress and you're kind of on track. And I think that's kind of a good thing to stick by, because it's not, it's not always. Especially in music, you're going to have such ups and downs with it, and you've just got to have that like belief in yourself, and just kind of keep yourself steady, I'd say.
Yeah, and then you moved to Australia. Sorry, not Australia, America. So what kind of
Australia?
I said the wrong thing. I'm stupid. In America, so
I wouldn't mind it.
Fair enough. So when you moved to America, then like how did that like influence you with your music and that kind of stuff? What kind of just having different surroundings, being a different country, America, where dreams are made.
Well, yeah. Like when we moved over there, it was January. And it was like, right, get on the plane. And then as soon as we landed that evening, next morning, I was starting school. So I did like one day of school, or a week of school, which was just like a complete culture shock.
I can imagine.
Completely different. And then there was like crazy weather. So there was this big snowstorm. And we were like snowed in. Everyone was snowed in for like about 2 weeks. I had like 2 weeks no school, because the snow is that bad. Like, yeah, like literally like walls of snow everywhere. But
whereabouts in America was it?
It was in that too. So we were in Kentucky. Okay. So it's like just above Tennessee, and that kind of 2 week window where I was in the house and new country, so like no friends, like family apart from my parents. We were all just in the house for 2 weeks, kind of stuck, snowed in, and I'd played all of the songs I could think of that I knew, and I'd played them so many times, I was bored out of my mind. So then I thought, you know what? We're going to try and write something. Yeah. And that's when I just started writing songs and muddling my way through it. Yeah. And it's just kind of been a craft since, and kept going. But playing over there, it was very kind of like cinematic. Like you'd have kind of like loads of like live music bars and everything. And you definitely had to play to the American audience. And I just love music. So I was like, I'll just play whatever you want me play. So, like, people will come and listen. And I started doing open mic nights there. And then that kind of came to people started coming to the open mic because they knew I was playing, and I started to get a bit of like known. And then from that, people would say, "Oh, I want you to come and play in my bar or like this event or whatever." And then I kind of thought, "Oh, this is decent." I didn't think I could actually like make some money from it. I thought it was just like a cool hobby. And then that kind of like snowballed into playing in New York and playing in Nashville and like actually playing in proper music venues, and it was amazing. Yeah.
How did that transition happen? So musicians do that a lot. They just say, "Oh, I just ended up playing in New York." But how do you end up playing in New York?
Well, it's like I started like in the open mics, and then people started coming. Oh, listen, blah blah blah, and then people kind of started picking up that there's like getting a bit of an audience coming to these open mics that they're just like free entry kind of deal. So then I'd start having like bar owners or like restaurant owners then coming up to me and saying, "I want you to start playing like regular in like my venue." Most of the bars that there have like a built-in kind of stage live area. So then like from that, I'd kind of started gigging, and then from that you'd have like different venues in like Nashville and New York that would then say, you can come and play in hours. I remember for the Nashville ones, it's like super competitive to get a spot because it's like music city. But I managed to get on to, I think I played in like maybe three different venues or so. And it was just, it was an awesome experience. It was just kind of like word of mouth and social media, being kind of contacted saying, would you play this venue? Would you play this venue? It was just kind of organically happened.
Do you know, it's one of those, I last time I was 10, and I think the harder days have been growing up since. Like, I can't say that was the hardest day of my life, because it wasn't, and being a young woman and navigating life is 10 times harder. It's inspired a lot of my music, obviously. Like the sad songs I write far too many sad songs. It's just natural. But I do talk openly about it on stage, and I hope people can relate to it, because grief's like this horrible thing, and I wish more people talked about it. It shaped me in bad ways and good ways. Like, there's a lot of strength I take out of it, and just wanting to do well and hope she's watching and stuff like that. But then, like, my anxiety, I have horrible anxiety, and that came from losing my mum. So there's some shit bits too.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. And you mentioned anxiety there. I've seen that in you. We've talked about it before, because I've known you for a bit, and there's been times when it's got too much for you. How do you manage that these days when you've got a tour coming up, you've got responsibilities now, you're making waves in the industry, and you're supporting all these big artists, lottery winners, Sherlock's, all these people that I'm going to come to in a bit. How do you manage this? I can't say anxiety. How do you manage it?
Yeah. Do you know, I don't. Sometimes I don't.
Okay.
Sometimes, like, as you know, like that one gig, and I was like, I can't make this journey. I can't do it. I'm going to die if I go over there. Like, would I pass? Yeah. And before Christmas, I had exactly the same thing happen. Yeah. And it was really, really hard to just. I had long journeys to Bristol and stuff like that on my own, and I think, I can't do this. I can't do this. And in my head, I'm trying to rationalise it like, this is everything you've ever wanted. Yeah. Like, do it now and cry about it later. And that recently I've been saying, just say yes now, cry about it afterwards.
Okay.
And that's like my mantra at the minute.
Yeah, well,
I just say yeah and then cry.
I think because, you know, if people don't know, we had you booked for a gig, didn't we? And anxiety got a bit too much for you. And I straight away texted you and said, look, H, it's fine. Because I know it's really difficult for people, mental health and anxiety and all that kind of stuff. It's a real thing for people, and I didn't want you to feel bad for that, because life will go on. With you know, I've stayed in touch with you, and I'll. You know, even when you're massive in arenas and stuff, I'll still be texting you for a little interview for RGM, you know. You know, when these things happen, how does it manifest inside yourself? How do you how does it manifest in you, and how do you work through it? Just for in case anybody else is watching this, it might help.
Sometimes, well, it's just kind of grounding. When I manage. I mean, I'm not bad all this. I mean, now this time of year, it's like a seasonal thing. I'm much better. Okay. Like, I can deal with it. But when it starts to raise its ugly head, I kind of just have to ground myself a little bit. And like recently, I had this thing of like thinking singing was causing me an issue. Yeah. But then it's like the good times when it's not, you just focus on that. So like the amount of times I've made the journey to Manchester and it's been okay. Yeah. Like, you've got through it, it's fine. Yeah. This is just another one of them journeys. Like, where's a safe place that you're fine with? So once you're at LISSY, stuff like that, like, just the things you've got comfort in and you're familiar with, just focus on that. Like, all the times the gig's gone really well, it's going to be fine. Yeah. Like, the amount of times it's actually gone wrong or something's happened, more often than not, it hasn't, and it's the fear of it. And I just have to kind of talk to myself and talk myself down from that point.
I wouldn't say I personally have anxiety, but when I'm doing like interviews before, quite a lot of times I'm like, I just wish they'd text me now and just say they can't do it, because I'm just like, you know what I mean? You know, you're just thinking all these things that are like going on. It's fight or flight, innit? You're just like, you panic a little bit, and you think, the way I kind of channel it is, I always think this anxiety, this pressure inside you that you just want to run away from, that's a sign that something good's going to happen. That's how I kind of channel it in my mind.
Yeah,
you know,
I get that. Yeah. It's going to be a good thing. That's why you're nervous.
Yeah, it's why you're nervous, because it's going to be good. It's going to be different, and you're going to grow from it. It's all going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Nice one. Nice one. So, some faux medical advice for people with anxiety there. So we're not professionals. Everybody be yourself and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, not so worse. Yeah.
so as an artist, you've progressed. Then you know, I've seen you all over. I've seen you. Last time I saw you in real life was we saw you in Tramlines, and we had you in Manchester. Then I've never seen you again since then. I can't really remember everything. I forget stuff, but the development of you. You know, getting accomplished as a solo artist in Sheffield, getting a band behind you, going down the country route, that kind of stuff, which I know is a different direction. So it feels like you're in a different direction now from the country side of things.
Yes.
How just building up that confidence of being a solo artist and then deciding you want a band behind you, that's no mean feat either. That's a pain in the arse to manage, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Go on.
I didn't realise. I just felt like it's nice, a nice group of people. Here we go. This is fantastic. You can get better support slots. It's not. Yeah. It's not that easy at all. You're dealing with 4 different individuals, trying to get people together who live in different parts of the UK, and it's suddenly that like pressure you've got on yourself. Like I'm really hard on myself. It's like, if this goes wrong, it's on me. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's more people on stage to be listening to. Like. Yeah. To take pressure on, it's a different thing altogether.
There's more people to have problems. There's more people that can break down in the cars. There's more people that have got their own life going on as well, isn't there? It's another beast.
Yeah, it's tricky. I didn't realise. You know, I think it's one of the things you just think, you just chuck a lot of people together and it's fine and it works. Yeah. But it's tricky.
It is tricky. It's tricky.
It's not good though. Like, I'm not sound negative there. It is amazing when it comes together and it works and you're jamming. But there's a lot more management and understanding goes on behind it.
Talk us through, what was it like for you in Swansea growing up before you got this creative bug to go into the music industry? What was little Jack Jones like as a little boy?
I was a naughty bastard. I was.
Okay.
Absolutely. I don't know. I wasn't. I think I I had like different. I didn't start playing guitar till I was 14 or 15. I played football for Swansea, and I thought I was going to be a footballer. Before that, I thought I was going to be a paleontologist because I was obsessed with dinosaurs. I think I had a lot of trouble in school. I don't really know why. I think I was dyslexic, which didn't help. Or I am dyslexic, and I grew up. I was probably the last generation, like where I grew up without a phone, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I struggled in school a lot. I got expelled from school for jumping on my art teacher's car, screaming that I wanted to be a woman in my boxers.
Okay, nice.
And my report said I was unteachable, but I didn't know if I was unteachable. I just liked that more of a. And then they blamed my mum a bit as well because I had a negotiatory style of parenting or something. I just like to be. I like to know what I was doing and what use it was going to be in my life. But
school doesn't suit everybody, does it? Everybody's different.
No, if I went now, I'd love it. I think. Yeah. I think I just went at the wrong time, and I didn't read a book till I was like 22. But
were you diagnosed after school? Then were you diagnosed with?
No, I was in school. I was took to like the Institute of Dyslexia. And I think they kind of thought that was the reason why I was struggling with reading and writing. But I didn't really. I lived in Australia for a bit. I had a bit of an unusual childhood in that way, I suppose. And then when my mum and dad went together at the time, but one time at Christmas there was a kind of triangle shaped thing around the Christmas tree, and it said on it, I heard school isn't going so well, maybe time for you to think of doing something else. And it was from my dad. And I opened it. I thought it was like a giant penguin at first, but I opened it and it was a guitar. And I was like, oh, what's this about? So I don't know if it was some sort of undying, dream to impress my father or just a way of expressing my feelings, all those things. I don't know what it was, but as soon as I had it, one of my other friends learned guitar, and he was getting better than me, and I was just so deeply competitive I couldn't have that. So I went like hell for leather on the guitar, and then that was it really. I got let go of Swansea, didn't get in the youth kind of team and all that.
What was it down to? What do you think the football thing was down to?
I just decided I wasn't good enough. I had one of those letters saying he's a great talent and all that, but it's that age before 15, 14 is when you're getting into professional contracts and all, and they didn't want to offer me. And I was offered a sports scholarship basically in a League of Wales football club called Fleshley Town, and I took that. I took it the year before the scholarship. You had a year of playing for the team, and I took that, and that was where I met Wayne from Trampoline, Wayne the bass player. And then a few months later, I met Kyle, Mr. Williams, in college. So it was like, we just decided that we didn't know what we were going to do with our lives, but we knew it was going to be in this band and this kind of. We wanted to play music, and I said to the boys, I had no idea whether we were going to be a success or not. I just had to, I knew that I'd give it all I had.
2, 3, 4. Hi. We're on the other side now. I hope you enjoyed a little compilation there of some of my favourite chats over the year. Just Thom Rylance he was just about to find out that he was going to have a #1 album. Lissy Taylor, how she manages things and manages expectations. Harriet Rose, you know, and I've always loved speaking to Harriet and her journey. She talked us through some really, you know, important stuff there. Jack Jones, what a beautiful soul Jack is. What a year. So they are but some of my favourite chats. I might even have another compilation next week because I had a guest lined up that couldn't make it of illness. Well, I had an accident actually. So that's coming up. So I'm a little bit behind with guests, but it always gets like that every now and again. So there might be a guest, there might not. But we'll keep it going, and I'll see you soon in a week or so, all night, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, just being honest, you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RGM Experience podcast. If you stuck around to the end, thank you for listening in. And we'll see you next week. Nice one. Toodaloo. Welcome to RGM. Are you in a band? Come and join us. Simply click on the RGM submission page, submit your music, and we'll sort the rest.
Come on, Wednesday!
Hello. Did you know that you can support our podcast in many ways? Within the description of this podcast, you will see a list of all the equipment that we use. These are Amazon affiliate links. Clicking on these links take you to Amazon. If you buy whatever you're planning that week, we get a small kickback and you get a parcel at no extra cost. We would really appreciate your support. Or you can just go old school and donate £1 or whatever you feel is appropriate in there. Please subscribe, tell a friend about our show, and thank you for your support, and we'll see you next week.